All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Existential Stoic podcast. Quick fix. Today, we're going to be talking about working smarter. I'm Danny. I'm here with my buddy Randy.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Randy. Hey, Randy. So today, for the quick fix, we're each going to give you guys a few tips for how to work smarter. But first, why do we want to work smarter?
Oh, I like to work dumb.
Right. Self-explanatory. I want my work to be more efficient and better and faster.
I think it's a good thing to investigate because, listen, we're going to have to do work anyways, and one of the keys to success is hard work, but also you can short circuit some of that hard work by doing smart work. So not only working hard, but also working smart, you're going to do great.
I like that too. And also when I think of working smarter, I also think of like doing the work, but also more in line with like your priorities and values too. So that you're not just like going off into whatever direction, right? Because that matters as well. Yeah.
That's a good point.
All right. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we each have 3 things we came up with today, right? For working smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's my day, I'm going to start. I think the first one is important. Honestly, I think I wish I did this more in the past, but scheduling and making a routine. And I guess what I mean by this is like, you've talked about like bookending your day, having routines in place that give your day some consistency so that, like when you wake up, you have like a journaling exercise that you take a walk, you eat, because I think a lot of us, it's hard to get going when we don't have a schedule in the morning that gets us going and something to end the day with that helps us sort of bring ourselves down. And I think we work our best when we have that nice start to the morning, that we know what's going on. We kind of get moving, our momentum's going, and we're ready to go once we're done that routine, right? And then we're ready to end the day with that routine. So it's nice. It wraps everything up and it keeps us moving forward rather than sort of spinning our wheels and going off in all directions.
Definitely like that. Mine is close. My first one is have a plan. And this kind of goes along with the saying, plan your work and work your plan. So by actually figuring out what you need to do, where you need to go, it'll give you the steps for sometimes when you're feeling like, where do I go next? You can just look at the plan and just do the next step.
Oh, okay. I got you. That's a good idea. So actually writing down a plan and having it before you so you know what you're doing. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Right?
they say that plans are not important, but planning is important.
I've heard that, and it makes sense, right? I mean, any project you're working on, I think about that with writing. Like, if you have even a decent outline or something, you always know the next part, so you're not ever like just sitting there like thinking like, well, what now? What do I do? Right? You can always move forward. You can always keep that momentum going. I like that. That kind of goes with my next one a bit too, which was prioritize. And I think we don't do this often enough. I mean, everybody's done this, right? You're trying to work on the computer or something and you start checking email, social media, this and that. Next thing you know, you've dicked around for like 2 hours and wasted a bunch of time and you totally forget what you were even working on or what you were doing. So I think prioritizing is really important. And part of that is also just focusing on one thing for the time that you're doing it. Like, so if I'm going to say write for 2 hours, I'm writing for 2 hours. I'm not checking email. I'm not on my phone. I'm not doing all this other crap that gets in the way and kind of distracts you and keeps you from working, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. My second one is get started. And this is something that I do all the time. When I know I need to do something, it's very easy to procrastinate. But what I do is just a mind game I play with myself as I say, okay, 5 minutes. I'm going to just do 5 minutes of it because it's usually that first 5 to 15 minutes that are the most difficult when you've got to kind of get yourself into the progress. But once you start doing it, you're much more likely to continue doing it. And especially if you know you need to do it, once you get started, then you're going to keep working on it. So I always say, okay, 5 minutes, let's just do 5 minutes. And if you stop after 5 minutes, whatever, you can start again another time, but just get started.
I like that one too, because at least it gives you like, you're giving yourself a chance to start and work, right? And like get moving on that and focus on it.
Oh,
it takes our brains a minute to adjust. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's another thing that I heard. This was from I forget I forget the name of the book. Anyways, but it basically, if something takes less than 5 minutes, just do it. Like if you have to do something and it takes less than 5 minutes, just do it now. Because the mental effort that you had to put into not doing it now and then thinking about it and then whatever. Just do it now. If it's something you have to do, just do it now. That way it's done.
That's a good way to look at it too, right? Because then you're not wasting time on all these little things like sending an email, making a phone call, blah, all these stupid things you have to do that are easy. That
Hmm.
we waste our time, thinking about for an hour or 10 days, right?
Hmm.
That's a good one. I like that. Um, my last one is a little different, which is the kind of counterintuitive, but it's take time to explore hobbies and give yourself time essentially to do things that are outside of work and fun and engaging. And the reason for this is like studies have found that when you're doing stuff like hobbies or whatever, like something that you enjoy, you actually give your brain a chance to sort of relax and think through things subconsciously. So that when you come back to problems, it's easier to solve them. You're actually a more effective problem solver because you've taken yourself away from the problem for a little bit and then come back to it rather than stressing about it all night. And it's still the same in the morning, right? You give your brain a chance to work through it, which is actually really interesting.
Isn't
And it's a
that
healthy
count?
lifestyle.
Isn't that counterintuitive? We all think that, oh, I need to be smarter about this, but sometimes you just need to take a break.
Yeah, I think that it is. It's crucial.
Hmm. So my last one is kind of use the 80-20 principle and just trim the fat. So find out what's working for you and what's not working for you, and just get rid of the stuff that's not. And do that every once in a while.
I like that one too, because I think a lot of us get trapped in that where we're doing a bunch of stuff that's really not working or just prolonging our work, right? It's not
Yeah.
smart work. We're just kind of like
Or we're
trudging
doing
through.
stuff that we absolutely hate. And it's just like,
Yeah.
well, how can I figure out a way to not do that? Do I actually have to do that? Can I pay somebody else to do it? Yeah.
There's a lot of options, right?
Well, that was
All
two.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, right. Too. Go from there. You can build on it and go further. All right, so that was our quick picks, our tips for working smarter. If you guys are listening, please subscribe and share. If you're checking us out on YouTube, check us out on podcast. If on the podcast, check us out on YouTube. We will be back next week with a full length episode, another quick fix. And until then, later, Randy.
Later, Danny.